Today's question type is called match table grid. You use this for sorting into different categories, but they're not going to click and drag. They're just going to select the boxes, and I'll show you how to do that. So you'll go to the top, create formative. We will name it quadrilateral hierarchy sort. We'll add question or content and look for the grid. Match table grid, it has columns and rows in the icon. And I'll start by doing my directions. Look at each quadrilateral on the left. Complete the table according to the attributes of each shape. You can add or subtract what they've given you. For what I want to do 4 different shapes, and I want to put them in the rows. So I'm going to add row. So I have 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows. So each of these will be my shape. Columns, I'm going to end up needing 3, so I'm going to add plus column, add column, the blue button right there. I'm going to start with the columns and name each of them. 4 sides, 2 pairs of parallel sides, and the third one, let's do includes 1 or more 90-degree angles. And so over here I could type the word square, rectangle, right? Or I can go in, add enriched content, pick image, so I can choose if I want to do word, image, both. I'm going to choose to just do image, so I'm going to delete the word that I've written. Same with down here, get rid of the word rectangle. I want to do an image of a rectangle that I've already saved to my screenshot. So image, click to upload, looking for my rectangle, add image. Then for the next row, I'd like to do another image. Let's do upload. Let's do parallelogram, add image. And then for the last one, I think I'll do my trapezoid. So 4th row, plus sign, add enriched content, image. Takes me to my screenshots when I click upload. I scroll down to find it. There's my trapezoid. So if I were to go through and start clicking these dots to give the key for auto grading, there would be a problem. Because as it is right now, this square has 4 sides, but it also has 2 pairs of parallel sides, and it also includes 1 or more 90-degree angles. I need all 3 to be correct. In order to do that, scroll down to the bottom, settings, make it required, and we're going to allow multiple selections. Of course, whenever you have multiple selections, you also want to toggle on allow partial credit. So we'll go up, look at that again. So now they have changed the checkboxes instead of just the single dots. Single dots look more like multiple choice because there's only one correct answer. This has turned into a multiple selection question now that we toggled that on. So the key for square is 4 sides, 2 pairs of parallel sides, and includes 1 or more 90-degree angles. Same is true for the rectangle, all 3. I'm going to select all 3, making my key. For the parallelogram, it does have 4 sides. And it does have 2 pairs of parallel sides, but it does not have 1 or more 90-degree angles. None of them are 90. With the quadrilateral, with the trapezoid, it has 4 sides, but it only has 1 pair of parallel sides, and it doesn't have any 90-degree angles. So this is my key. Now, important, again, before you move on from this question, count up how many right answers there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are a total of 9 points to be found on this, so you need to go up to the top, change that 1 to a 9. If we go through and look at it as the student view, we'll go up to the eyeball, preview as student. It'll look pretty much the same as it did before in the teacher mode. Directions are at the top. They can choose whichever ones they think match. If they make a mistake, they just click again. It is unselected. So if they look at the top, they'll see the 9, and they'll know, okay, 9 of my boxes have to be checked. And hopefully that's a double check they make before they submit, because they always want to try to make it match. And let's go back out of the student view, go back to teacher view. Let's do another match table grid, but this time not do the multiple select, we'll just do single select. So let's say this time we want to do one where it's matching some text that we've read. Use the text to complete the table below. So this would reference a text you've read recently in class. You could name the text. I'm going to choose, let's do 4 rows, and we'll just do 2 columns this time. So the 2 columns, let's pretend like we read a nonfiction article about knights and having to do with what type of armor they wore. So some wore chainmail, that was covered in the text, and steel plates were also covered in the text. This is kind of a way of sorting, but in a table view. So we'll take some details from the text. 25 pounds, 65 pounds, metal rings, covered entire body. So students would use the text to complete this chart, this table. They would go through, and it's just a single click. If you would go through the text and actually read it, 25 pounds goes with chainmail. Metal rings also goes with chainmail. 65 pounds goes with steel plates. And covered entire body goes with steel plates. So in this instance, the way we've set it up, there's only one correct answer for each of the 4 rows. It's an either or. It's not a multiple select. I did not go down to settings and choose allow multiple selections because that is not correct. I do think allowing partial credit is good, so they can still get some points if they got maybe the 25 pounds and the 65 pounds mixed up. If that's the case, how many correct answers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So my point value will need to reflect that. You can even add the text to this. That's a separate question type. This is how you create a single click table, single selection, and then this is where we allow the multiple selection, so it turns it into a checkbox, so you can do it either way.